Welcome back. With the pandemic, so much has changed, and that includes friendships. But how do you walk away from friendships that you may have outgrown and plant the seeds for new ones? Back by popular demand is relationship expert and author Monique Kelley with some answers. Mo, welcome back.
So glad to be here. How are you?
I'm doing well. I can imagine, Mo, that people watching right now are like, yes, let me get some popcorn for this one, because relationships have definitely shifted throughout the pandemic. What should we do when it's time to say goodbye, au revoir to friends who really we've outgrown?
Yeah, it's so true. You know, when you think about dating and relationships, friendships play such a huge part of it. And I always talk about setting clear boundaries as friendships shift. It doesn't necessarily mean that you cut them completely off unless it's just a completely toxic friend, but you have to start setting those clear boundaries. So let's talk about the different types of friends that I'm talking about. You have friends who are draining, okay? I mean, exhausting. You don't have joy talking to them. You find yourself exhausted after speaking to them. Those are also those friends who are in those toxic relationships where when your friend is in a toxic relationship, you're actually in a toxic relationship with them. You will spend hours and hours on the phone with that particular friend, counseling them, giving them advice, and then they go and do whatever they want to do, and they don't make the necessary changes to end the relationship, and it's exhausting. And when you're single, a lot of times you find that because you're single, you might not have kids, that friends will call you more because they're like, oh, the other friends have a husband, they have kids, this person has more time. So you have to start setting those clear boundaries. You don't need to be go to every single party that you're invited to. So if you see that phone call coming in and you're not in the mood, it is okay to not answer the phone and get back to them when you're ready. It is okay to tell them, I love you, but I know you're going to do what you want to do. I'm here, you want to talk, but you need to figure this out on your own. I told you everything I can. So that's one friendship. The other friendships I love to talk about, we all have those low-key hater friends, okay?
Sure.
I know you have a few. Unfortunately, you know who they are, okay?
Yes.
And we're going to stop making excuses for those low-key hater friends. We know those backhanded compliments. We know those little comments that are a little bit shady. And we're going to stop making excuses for them. And we're going to start maybe distancing ourselves, because you don't need that in your universe when you are growing, okay? And then, of course, there's always that friend where it's misery loves company. And when you're growing and you're in a great space in your life, you need to be around people who are enriching that and not sucking that out. So that's another type of friendship. And I always tell people, now is the time to start embracing potentially new friendships, blossoming friendships, being around friends where you enjoy their company. They respect your opinion. You guys have a good time together. And it's a good time, a genuine time, having authentic conversations. Oh, and one friend I did forget to mention, when you were going through that breakup, or when you were going through things during the pandemic, you were alone. Some friends went MIA on you, and now that things are opening up and you're the fun friend with all the hookups and all that, they might be coming back in the mix. So you want to be aware of those friends who were MIA when you needed the most.
Hey, we're not talking about those Miami friends, that MIA. We're talking about missing in action friends, because you know Miami.
Thank you for clarifying.
Hey, we're loyal through and through, man. We're loyal through and through. But yes, you're very right. There were friends that, especially in the time of isolation, that you would have loved to have heard from. And of course, the pandemic was a collective experience globally that everyone was experiencing. So, you know, we got to cut people some slack. But yes, we do have those MIA friends that are just like, haven't seen you in 7 months.
That part. And again, it's important to note, I'm not saying cut them off completely, but make sure you're aware of those thoughts, you're aware of those actions, and you set those boundaries and you set your expectations so you're not disappointed.
Also, surrounding yourself with people who cheer you on and bring you joy and support you, because I think now more than ever, we're starting to emerge back into our new normal. We're not sure, we're uncertain of what life looks like, and we're, for the most part, a little insecure and uncertain of what the future may bring. So we need that support system. You need that person or those people in your corner that are like, hey, you got this. I see you.
Absolutely. I see you.
Oh no, I see you, Mo. And where can we see you on social?
My IG is at Cocktails and Confessions. And of course, my website, Confessions of a Serial Dater in LA. And last but not least, my juicy novel is available on Amazon and Barnes & Noble.